Off. This guy made a name for himself on the email, and that's how he gets into the Smack Off. What if an emailer were to win the Smack Off? Let's find out if he's got it. Let's go to St. Louis. Dave in St. Louis. Good luck, Dave. What's up? How are you?
I'm great, Jim. Thanks for the Vine. Thanks for the invite, and thanks to Mark, a.k.a. Rise Against in Hollywood, for opening with that crappy little set of 5 songs. Now here comes Radiohead, or as Majestic Jefferson would say, please give it up for Radio's Bed. And Dan in D.C., good call, but really, your Twitter handle, I mean, come on, dude. @TheGeeter thinks that's a little self-promotional. You know, if the rumors are true, I'd like to welcome Shawnee the Cablinasian back into the field. I mean, you're about as welcome here as that sushi I bought at the gas station this morning is in my stomach. But, you know, you are a legend in these parts with your 5 titles. I'd cry foul about mixing pros with amateurs, but I don't want anyone to think I'm making a crack at Sean's love life. You know, I'd like to retract that. Actually, speaking of pros, if I can't win the Smack Off today, I'm going to pull for my boy Jay Moore. I figure that way if he wins, he'll choose his own stand-up show as his prize. At least that way he's guaranteed the sale of 2 tickets. And that's probably as close as he'll ever come to being a sellout. Well, that except when he sits on that Uber Delta Bravo Jay Leno's couch every now and again. Actually, you know, I want to retract that last statement. I love JJ, but I can't side with Vicodin from NoCal and that blood feud of theirs. You know, an acoustic Jack Johnson set thinks that guy's calls are sleep-inducing. You know, actually, when Jake Rome III is running the jungle someday, and, you know, Jay Stu, he will still be on the phones, you know, the world will look back with utter befuddlement at 3 things. 1, Vic and NoCal actually won a Smack Off. 2, there was an 8-time participant who somehow had never aged beyond 12. And 3, that some rube actually won himself a giant TV by almost swallowing his breakfast chaw. You know, like you, Rome, I was sad to see Pat Summitt retire for health reasons. She was a champion and a true class act. Was also surprised to hear about her onset dementia, because I thought the coach with onset dementia was Gino Auriemma. Hey, Gino, unless you chuck a saddle on one of those gals and end up at the winner's circle in Lexington, you're not relevant in the sports world. Quit acting like you're some kind of important star and trying to sell me soap. Save that for the real celebrities out there like Shaq's mom. I mean, why do I even know your name? There are exactly 3 times as many women's basketball fans as there are players. 2 parents and that one ambiguous friend that is always showing up around family events. You know, as for real basketball, there's been a lot of talk about flopping in the NBA. Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is. As me and fellow non-hunter Tommy Lee, we never heard any complaints. Yeah, I've got more material, but I want to get out before Albert Pujols tries to get me fired. Hey, you know what? Andrew Bynum was right. Smack-offs are easy. War me plunking down for Facebook based on nothing more than the strength of Romy's commentators. Unwar the major hunters who put those stupid numbers on the backs of their cars. We're all really impressed, fellas. I think what I'm supposed to say is 2 tickets to the Arcade Fire in Vegas. I'm out.
All right. He picked his shot. Arcade Fire in Vegas. Dave in St. Louis, you know, a little shaky, a little nervous, but you could tell he had the content. You knew he had what it had, or what it took. He just had to find a way to get it out. He had to settle in. It's like he got in between the ropes, was a little nervous, was a little tight, got hit a couple of times, but then settled in. Bodie choked on his breakfast chaw. Dave in St. Louis, not bad, emailer. Not bad at all. Where do you slot him? Dave in St. Louis, Trapper, Dan in D.C., Mark in Hollywood. You got to score this thing as you go. It's like boxing, though. You're not going to see our scores. You don't see how we scored, and then all decisions are final. Not bad for an emailer.